Hey everybody, this is Pete from Pete on the AT. Today I want to talk to you about rain gear. We've all heard the saying, no pain, no rain, no main. And for the most part that is true. And a lot of my friends have asked me, what am I going to do when it starts to rain? So I thought I would do a rain video. And this is my rain gear as it's packed up. So you can see there's very few items. However, each one of them has a real good distinct purpose to it. However, rain gear or any other gear is a personal opinion. What works for some people might not work for other people. The rain gear that I'm going to talk to you about works really well for me, and it's tested. It's been tested from personal experience. I've used this gear in all types of rain, whether it's just a drizzle, misty day, a passing shower, a crazy thunderstorm, and I've used it in an all-day rain when it was 34 degrees out. Okay, so in all of this rain gear, for the most part, it's worked really well. So what I'll do is I'll start from my feet and I'll just kind of work up a little bit. So this isn't rain gear, but I usually use, darn tough socks like everybody else. But for my extra pair of socks, I use a pair of sealskins. Okay, these are supposed to be 100% waterproof, but they're not. I've walked in rain, all day rain, steady rain, and they usually wet through in about 5 hours. Okay, so your feet are eventually going to get wet if you're walking through puddles, if it's raining all day. But please remember that when your feet are wet, your skin thins out. When your skin thins out, you're more prone to get blisters. So one of the benefits of using a pair of sealskins is it takes longer for your feet to get wet. And that 4 or 5 hours could be crucial in preventing blisters. Now, I turned this sock inside out, and I hope you can see that the inside of these sealskins, they've got extra padding on the heel or the ankle, the heel, and the toe. And the other reason why I wear these socks, number one, because they don't wet out quite as fast. And number two, they dry out a lot faster. So if these sealskins get wet through, I turn them inside out. I put them under my sleeping bag if I'm in a shelter so that the wood kind of dries out the water. And my body heat warms them up a little bit. But these will be dry in the morning. If my darn toughs get soaking wet, they are not going to be dried out in the morning. So then you're going to have to put on a pair of wet socks. So that's another reason why I use these sealskins. Okay, so let's talk about rain pants. So I have some Montbell Versalite rain pants, and I hardly ever use these. I've used them when it's been real windy as kind of an extra layer, wind protection. And I've used them when it was really cold, just as again, another layer. But the reason that I'm probably not gonna take these, or I'm gonna send them home fairly quickly, is because my REI regular hiking pants, okay, they're wonderfully water resistant, just about the same as my Versalites, okay? And they don't really wet out, especially when I'm using my other rain gear. So that's probably why I'm not going to take my Versalite, rain-specific rain pants. So the next thing is my rain jacket. Now, my rain jacket, I really like. This is the Montbell Versalite, and it's got a lot of neat features to it. It's got an adjustable hood that adjusts 3 different ways. It's got waterproof zippers. It has two front pockets with zippers, and it's got these gigantic pit zips that help with ventilation. One of the nicest features that I like is it's got a cinched waist, so you can adjust the waist strap. The reason I like that is because although I use this as a rain jacket in the drizzle and the light rain, passing shower, I also use this as a windbreaker, okay? And it makes a wonderful windbreaker and as a second or third layer. And when it's really windy, I can cinch up the waist and then the wind doesn't get in through here. But like all jackets like this, it's going to wet through eventually. The way I mitigate that and extend the life of the jacket before it wets through is I have an umbrella, okay? And I wasn't sold on taking an umbrella with me until I used it, and I will always use an umbrella. This is from Euroshrine, and it's a 37-inch umbrella, ultra lightweight, okay, so it's less than a half a pound, and it's 37 inches in diameter. I'm gonna open this thing up to give you an idea. It's good size. I mean, it fits on my strap about like this, so it's covering basically my entire body. It covers a good part of my backpack. It doesn't cover my arms and my hands, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But the beautiful thing about this is it lets your lightweight rain jacket stay drier before it wets through. The other reason I like this thing, and probably the most important reason, is that it keeps the rain from pelting you in the face. Okay, so, you know, a cold, steady rain slapping you in the face is demoralizing. So the umbrella keeps your face completely dry. Plus, if the wind's blowing and it's blowing water into your face, it's just going to drip down your neck, okay? And you're just going to get wet through faster. So that's the two reasons why I like the umbrella. For my hands, I got these glove shells, okay? They're ultra lightweight, and these are 100% waterproof. And they've got some really neat features. Number one, they've got a pretty long gauntlet, all right? It's adjustable via Velcro. But what I like most about it is it has an index finger, okay? So when you're using your trekking poles or you've got to unzip a zipper, you've got your index finger to help you. And you can't really see it, but along the mitten part, the length of the finger and the tip of the thumb, it's got this grippy material so that it gives your dexterity a little bit more gripping power. And they're 100% waterproof. Now, I wore these in an all-day rain. It was 34 degrees, and I wore my little glove liners underneath them. And these glove liners are merino wool, so they kept my hands warm even when my hands were starting to sweat. So even though they got a little bit wet with the waterproof shells, they stayed warm, and then these things dried out super fast. So that's how I use those sleeves or those shells. Now, my favorite piece of rain gear, my last piece of rain gear, is a snug pack poncho. All right. And you might say, hey, Pete, you just said you had a rain jacket and an umbrella. Why do you need a poncho? I'll tell you why. Number one, your rain jacket is going to wet through, so you're going to get wet. And it might be fine for a drizzle, light rain, but for an all-day rain, and sometimes you have rain day after day after day, you want to stay as dry for as long as you can. And there was a hiker last year, I remember she said she had 45 straight days of rain of some sort, okay? That could be very miserable. This snug pack poncho, it has some neat features, and I'll try to point them out. The feature that I like the most is that it's 100% waterproof, so it's not going to wet through. But the other thing is it has long sleeves. The sleeves have elastic cuff, plus they've got a thumb loop in the sleeves, so the sleeves aren't going to ride up. Other ponchos are open on the sides so that the rain and the wind can just blow and get the sides of you completely wet. It's got a big adjustable hood. It's got a zipper in the front so that you can open it to help with ventilation. And something you probably can't see is it's got a great big front pocket here that you can put things in so that it's easy access. But this poncho I wore in an all-day rain, 34 degrees, and at the end of the hike, I was dry and I was warm. Now, I will tell you that I had to modify this poncho two ways. One is, and the reason being is, when the rain comes with a lot of wind, and this happened to me at the Grayson Highlands, is the wind will blow the poncho up over the back of my backpack, and that was irritating. So what I did is I don't know if you can see it, I added 2 Velcro strips to the back of my pack, and then I added 2 Velcro strips to the inside of my poncho. So now with that Velcro, even if the wind is blowing, you know, it doesn't blow over my pack, and it protects my pack. The other thing is, the poncho isn't made for umbrellas, so I had to modify it. I used some tenacious tape, and I put on the inside and the outside of my poncho, right where my umbrella would be, and I cut a little hole in here, and I've got a protective flap here. But I put a hole in here so that my shaft of my umbrella could go down through there, and I could attach it to my backpack. So the combination of this poncho and this umbrella is amazing. I had this in a crazy thunderstorm when I was doing the Triple Crown of Virginia, and I had my backpack on, I had this poncho on, I crouched down, poncho covered my feet, my pack, and I had my umbrella, and I just kind of brought my umbrella down, and I was like a turtle, and I waited for the thunderstorm to pass. Once it passed, I took everything off, I was dry and ready to go. So it really is a beautiful combination. Now, I will tell you one other modification that I had to make on my backpack for my umbrella is I did get an umbrella hook. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's an umbrella hook that straps to my pack strap, and it holds the shaft of the umbrella in place. But the umbrella, when you're hiking, you know, it tends to kind of flop around, and sometimes it would go up and down. So I added 2 additional adjustable straps to hold the base of the umbrella down, and then to hold it back in place where, you know, it stayed back. And when I do that, then the umbrella stays in place and, you know, keeps the water off of my face. So anyway, that's my rain gear. Now, ultralight purists, you know, they won't take everything, but the umbrella and the snug pack poncho add about an extra 1.5 pounds. And for me personally, to help mitigate the misery that comes with rain, it's worth it. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the trail. Take care. Bye-bye.